Hiya. We're going to be about 15-20 minutes. Just so you'll see us down there. We've got the big Cornish flag.
Will you be on this?
Yeah, we just go down to these rocks here. Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, you'll see us.
They're all in there.
Yeah.
The little babies are in there. We're going to see them soon, Harry. We're going to let them go.
Yeah.
How many you got in there?
I know one thing that
Good couple hundred.
Oh, a couple of them.
Yeah.
I know one thing that always they collect the things.
Oh my God, Chris.
Have you got a few different release sites?
Yeah, we try to release all over the Cornish coast, really.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, we obviously do. We do a lot where, you know, around the hatchery and a lot where our fishermen come from. But yeah, try and spread them out as much as possible, really.
Recce anyway, and see where's best to like.
Yeah, so this is where the lobsters will get released later on. Little fish drill. Who don't love little lobsters?
Sorry, I'm not very good at the flag kind of thing. Chris can stand there.
Lobster Hatchery. I'm joined by my colleague Nick, who's our Chief Operating Officer. We've got Elaine, who's our Fundraising Manager, and Hal, who's another hatchery technician with us today. I'm a hatchery technician as well, so my job is basically to grow baby lobsters and then release them back into the sea, which is what you guys are hopefully going to help us with today. Now, the Lobster Hatchery is a charity. We're actually based in Padstow. I don't know if some of you guys might have visited. If not, we have a visitor centre in Padstow, so you're more than welcome to come and visit. We're open every day, apart from Christmas Day, down on the harbour side in Padstow. But today, what we're at is we're actually at the end of our process, really. So what we do is we work with local fishermen to collect lobsters with eggs on, so mum lobsters. We then hatch those eggs, we'll grow them in the hatchery through their very vulnerable first few weeks of their life. So lobsters spend about 2 weeks floating around in the water as plankton, where they're pretty much food for anything. However, after a few weeks, they get a little bit bigger and then they start to settle and hide away on the seabed. So that's where we want to be able to get them to, and that's where our lobsters have got to today. So we've put a lot of effort in the hatchery. Our lobsters are about 6-7 weeks old, so they were born around about the start of June, the ones that we're going to release today. We've got a few hundred of them as well, so you guys will be able to help out, and we might have to keep it to 1 lobster per person so that everyone gets a go, but I'm sure everyone can have a go at releasing a lobster. I will just mention as well while we're down here, our business plan as a hatchery is a bit rubbish. We spend a lot of money growing lobsters and then we put them back in the sea for free, and you guys help us. So if you are able to make any donation today, it would be greatly appreciated, because we do rely on donations. So Elaine has got a bucket. If you've got any change in your pocket, it will be very much appreciated as well. So what we're going to do is, our little lobsters are currently in our tray with Hal at the moment. So what we'll have to do in a minute is open those trays up. But before we do that, I just need to explain a few things about how we're going to release the lobsters and a few rules so that we can keep ourselves and the lobsters safe when we're releasing them. So first of all, the lobsters, although they're bigger than when they were first born, are still pretty small. They're still only a couple of centimetres long, so they're still very vulnerable to being stood on by us because we're much bigger than them. So what we're going to do is start to release the lobsters around the rock pools. We're looking for areas with lots of seaweed cover is great, so in the edge of these pools here is great. When you get your lobster to release, you'll get it in a little test tube like this one. We'll pipette it into there for you, and then you'll need to go out, find an area of rock pool, and then just pour the lobster into the rock pool, ideally around a rock or some seaweed if you can find it. There's loads of good rocky shore along here, this patch here, but the next patch along as well, so you can spread out a little bit and find a nice spot for your lobster. However, we will need the tube back in order to give the next person a lobster, so as soon as you've released the lobster, please bring the tube back to one of us so we can send another lobster out for release if possible. And then, like I say, they're very small, they're still vulnerable, so when we're releasing lobsters, if we can be careful to not stand in the pools that we've just released lobsters in, that would be great, so that we don't squash them as well.
Or let the dogs eat them.
Yeah. So we've got 2 trays each with just over 100 lobsters in that we're going to release in these rock pools. What we will probably do is split them over this little section here and then the next section along as well. So if some of you guys want to stay here and then some of you guys want to head over to the next lot of rocks just 20 yards over that way, I'll take one of the trays over there as well and we can do some releasing over there.
Oh,
So like I say guys, these are all about 6 or 7 weeks old, and although they still look very small, they're actually quite a bit bigger than when they were first born. But the real big difference is rather than be up in the water. And they look quite colourful against the white tray as well. But you'll actually notice when we put them in the rock pools how well blended they are with the colours of like the kelp and the seaweed and stuff. So they'll hide away. You'll find some of them are better at hiding than others probably still. Some will just hide straight away, some will swim around a little bit before they hide. But one of the good things about having us here to help them out as well is we'll probably scare off any fishing predators that might be. Right, what I'll do is I'll start giving you guys a lobster each to go and release. But like I said earlier, if you can be really good at bringing these little test tubes back as soon as you've released your lobster, you could pretty much choose any of these rock pools. I would suggest like all across here is quite good. If they've got this kind of seaweed covering is great, or if they've got rocks like this one where they can hide in up amongst them, that's great. But any of these rock pools out along this bit of coastline here will be fine. But like I say, yeah, if you can bring these back as soon as you get them, just use my little pipette and suck one up there, send them into there. So then it's a case, I'll use this one as a demonstration, but you just want to find a nice little area, ideally with seaweed in, along a rock, and then what we need to make sure is we drop it in quite close to the water. We don't want to be dropping them from too much of a height. We go along and then we just pour him in like that, and he should hide away and go away into the seaweed. You're welcome to take photos before you put them in if you'd like. You can try and take photos in the rock pool, but they are quite good at hiding. While we're on photos, I will just mention as well, I think Elaine does some of our social media, so she might be taking a few photos. If you don't want to have your photo taken, just let us know and we can take those elsewhere. Otherwise, Elaine might be taking some photos as we release the lobsters. So I will start giving these guys out. If you're ready to release some lobsters, we need to get them in the sea. Would you guys like to do one over here? Go find a little home for him.
Still then, we'll wait for Liv to get one. Wait for Liv then.
And then we can get out there then.
You take that one, Liv, and then we'll go. Come on then. Do you want me to hold him?
Right, this is a dry bit. Right, you want to stand up on that rock, Harry? With Grandad there.
I'm gonna be the lobster's butt.
Oh.
You see him?
Right, cool.
Where are you putting him then?
Right, where are you going to put it?
Harry, oh, you doing yours? Harry, come over here, look.
The seaweed.
Don't slip, look. Come here, look. Look, this little spot. Wait till...
You put them in together, they're good spots then.
For them. And then we'll watch him escape.
Has he gone?
Liv.
Oh, well done,
Right
Liv.
away.
Upside down.
I can see it, yeah.
Still in it. Come out.
Look at mine.
Look at him go.
He's swimming. Look at mine.
He's got in there.
Look,
You see him?
Yes, go to
still chilling.
He's on the seaweed.
Look at mine. Go to the seaweed.
Oh no, go away.
What have you called it?
The shrimps went straight for him, Ben.
Yeah, I said the code for everything, huh?
Look, get away.
Oh my God.
Mine's right.
Yours is
Well done,
chilling.
kids.
Shrimps were attacking it straight away as soon as I put him in.
Oh, that was right
Right,
cool
scared
thing
him
to
off.
do.
Scared him off, look.
Well, guys, I'd like to apologise for the lack of content on this channel at the moment. Unfortunately, I lost an argument with some stone steps, on which I had previously spilt some water without realising, which had left me with a lack of mobility in the near future. So any fishing content is liable to see me with my backside firmly on a seat because I'm not very mobile. So that's just what's happening at the moment. The rest of this video is just really snippets of video that we took exploring the coast around Newquay. A little bit of fishing included in it, but nothing too dramatic. If you're interested in the New Cornish area and Newquay, I like some
Sandy hills, yeah.
beautiful places.
Yeah, see them all, yeah.
This big slide. You do, don't you?
Yeah.
Lifeboat slip.
Old lifeboat slip.
Wow.
Still lifeboat house up there, isn't it? Remember?
How long ago would it be since that's been used? About
100 years.
100 years.
That's how long it was in use. Well,
No, that's
when
not-
it was last used. 100 years.
Must have been pretty dramatic when it came down there in the
It
storm.
was
Isn't it?
steep. It was steepest in the country, and that's why they stopped using it. Oh, it's the steepest in the country. Yes, at one time, yeah.
Oh, I can't go. I mean, it's good.
Nice day now, isn't it?
Is tide coming back in?
Yeah, it'll be on the way.
10 to 6 is low tide. So will it be low tide for an hour before it comes in, or is it like? Does it come in? More or less starts.
Dead water for about 3/4 of an hour now, isn't there? Something like that. Oh look, there's a seal there next to him.
Where?
Behind him there's a seal.
Oh, I see it there.
There? In the seal?
There's a seal behind that.
No
Rocks as well.
way. Run down the boat.
That's where I fished that last time we did a YouTube video on that end. Right nearly got washed off, as usual.
Oh, and we got fish. One fish.
Right, that's what we're going to catch then.
Oh, you've missed it. Fish is gone.
Right, there's one, there'll be more. Hopefully, he says.
I don't know. Came up to the boat, there was like 2 dolphins and 1 baby dolphin.
Did you?
And I wanted to get in the water, but then I was scared because I thought they might get territorial of their baby.
Possibly, yeah.
But I was going to get in this, try and stroke them, but then I was like, I could see their teeth. And I was like, I didn't know dolphins had teeth. And then I didn't want to get near them.
Well, they do eat fish. You'd think they would have teeth, wouldn't you? But yeah, I know what you mean. It's when you see something you're not used to.
It's a wild animal.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Yeah.
And people should treat them as that. Same with seals. You see people go up to seals, don't you? And it's not good, really.
Yes.
Have you got a radio?
No.
That's not good
I've got
then.
a phone and a set of oars.
Yeah, but your phone's not waterproof.
No, it's not waterproof.
This is if you got it in a waterproof thing. It is.
It's in a waterproof boat.
Yeah, waterproof, but not a waterproof container.
No.
That's
it's just
touch
loose in a
screen.
bag, a Sainsbury's bag.
You need to have that set so it's got an emergency thing on it.
Yeah, I think we should get a radio.
It's flat anyway.
Yeah, but you never know when things are going to change, do you?
No.
Here we go. Unless that were bottom, that might have been bottom.
40 foot deep, it says.
I'm feeling confident now, yo.
Hey?
Feeling confident now. Oh, I've got one now. I've got one.
Are you filming?
Let's have a look. Is it a mackerel? It might not be a mackerel, actually.
Kind of looking at the boat with the GoPro.
Oh, I've got 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
3. This is where we've got to get them in with our getting hooked. Which is why you need a boat rod.
Do you want me to take the rod?
What? Bit small, aren't they? We'll put them back, these. They'd be ideal for pike bait, to be honest, but it's getting it. They'd be ideal for pike bait, but the problem is getting them home.
Oh yeah, put your feet on the.
It's a bit small. A bit small. Lovely though, aren't they? Let's have a look.
Mackerel.
Got it?
Got it.
So that's 3.
How
You want them about
how old?
half as big as that again, if
Oh,
not
really?
twice
Half
as
as
big.
big again?
Yeah, they're only really
I
small.
wonder if it's time of year then. Do you know how long mackerel live? Like what sort of age they live in?
I'd say they might be 18 months, 2 years old, something like that. I don't know. Maybe less. I don't know how long it takes them when they're really small from eggs to whatever. But I reckon they're double in size in a year. If they're in feeding, decent feeding ground. See what I say, you can fish for an hour and not get out, and all of a sudden 10 minutes get hundreds, and then all of a sudden blank again. It's all about finding shoals,
Yeah.
which is where the skippers know. But they do look for birds. Birds are the main indicator. You see the birds on the water, the birds diving, especially birds diving. You see gannets and whatever, yeah.
How deep they dive then? If you reckon 20 foot down the fish are, is that what you said? Like 20 foot?
It's hard to say, it depends on what they're feeding on, the fish. And,
Yeah.
there's some line, is that line? White. It might not be line, it's weed, seaweed, sorry.
Right out of the way. Gone past it now. Oh yeah?
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Is it just one?
One.
Just one. Nice. Be so careful. There's a beauty. Still small though. Still a bit small. Look, beautiful colours. You don't realise how green they are. Let's come to you. We need a rag. A wet rag next time. Well done, Captain Paul, for putting us on the fish. You always get your fish when you get a sandwich. Well done. Don't get out of you. Pour your tea out and you get a bite. So was eating all my salmon up country.
They're so used to boats.
Good haul of crabs. That looks like an edible, doesn't it? That big one.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's got it right. Good trip, Captain Paul.
What's that?
Good trip.
Say again.
So that was a good trip.
Yeah, it was.
Three mackerel.
See where it is when you get to that.
Pushing in nicely. Might be too high, that's the only worry. Might get pushed back off these steps. Fairly high, I think it's fairly high tide today.